Has the Southwest Florida market cooled off? You've been waiting for the prices to drop? This might just be your chance. The data is in. But is it the right time to buy or sell? Stick around and I'll break it all down for you. Over the past year, home sales in Southwest Florida have taken a dip. Prices are cooling, inventory is rising, and for the first time in many years, buyers have choices and they've got some opportunity to really negotiate. We are seeing so many terminated and expired listings from sellers that are just priced too high for the current market. Just like the famous quote by Jimmy Dean, you can't change the direction of the wind, you can adjust your sails. But before sellers panic and buyers come rushing in, let's unpack what this actually means. There are a few reasons that we're seeing this shift, and we've got pressure coming from a few different places. First is affordability. Interest rates are high, and that combined with the increase in sale prices that we've seen since COVID came and completely changed our market here in Southwest Florida is making the homes not quite as affordable. We've got some people sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what's going to happen there. Second is we've got a huge increase in inventory, and we're actually getting back to inventory levels that we saw pre-COVID. So they're actually in line with where we were headed back in 2018, 2019, but COVID can totally change the game. We had so many people who were moving to Florida, who were able to shelter at home, buying property. We went from having around 20,000 listings at any given time, give or take, to down to, at our lowest point, about 3,000 listings during the COVID time period. So we're kind of normalizing back to what we saw previously from an inventory number. The next big thing that we're noticing is the pace of sale. We're just not seeing as many home sales go through. The volume of people who are coming in and buying, we still have people who want to be in Florida and they are still coming, but not at the same pace that we saw during 2021 and 2022 when the COVID market hit our Southwest Florida real estate. And we can't forget about our property insurance challenges and tax hikes that are happening here with the increased values. Property insurance is definitely a factor, and we want to talk to you about it. If you're thinking about purchasing something here in Southwest Florida, we definitely want to have a conversation about it. There's legislations and there's changes that are being put in, but it still is a factor when we're looking at what's happening in our overall Southwest Florida market. So I don't have a crystal ball, but does all of this mean the market is crashing? No, it definitely doesn't. But let's talk about what it does mean for you, whether you're looking to sell your home or whether you're looking to buy a home. If you're a buyer, this is your chance. You really have some opportunity to do some good negotiating now with what's happening in our marketplace. A few tips if you are a buyer. First, make sure you get pre-approved ahead of time. This has always been a really important step, but it is crucial now more than ever with what's happening with home prices and affordability. Before you start looking at properties and going through all of that process, you want to know what can you comfortably afford, and that's different than what you can get approved for. So make sure you have a clear understanding of both. How much could you go up to versus how much are you comfortable paying? And don't forget when you're looking at that number that you have to take into account the type of community you're living in, what HOA fees might you have, what other costs to carry the home. That's something that's a little different here about our Southwest Florida market because we have so many gated communities, and those do come with association fees, sometimes annual CDD fees, and other non-ad valerums on your tax bill. If you have questions about that, reach out and give us a call. We're happy to talk through all of that with you. And last, be patient but decisive. Don't get so handcuffed by the possibility of what might happen. You know, we had an opportunity recently with somebody who was keeping an eye on a house. Sellers are looking to move it. They continue to reduce the price. By the time the buyers decided, all right, we're ready to put in an offer, we put it in, and guess what? Someone else also had been keeping an eye, and it ended up turning into a multi-offer situation, which then negates all of your negotiating power once there's another person that's on the table with you. So be decisive. If it is the home for you, don't be afraid. Let's talk about it. Let's put together a strategy. Let's make an aggressive offer instead of just holding on for possible price reductions that will continue. If it is the home for you, then we want to make it happen. Now, if you're a seller, you can still win in this market. There's just a few tips that we're going to share if you are looking to put your home on the market. First, you've got to be realistic and price appropriately. Overpricing listings is no longer happening. We have a lot of listings that are now starting to sit on the market, and they're sitting for a long time. Our days on market continues to go up. We are, up into the 70, 80 range now, whereas during COVID, we were down to like 7, but listings are sitting longer. So you have got to make yours stand out. That means having it clean, taking care of any projects. Maybe it means staging, all of the above, but you have to make your property stand out. And we are here to talk with you, give you recommendations to figure out how do you do that. And last, it is worth considering offering some incentives. Maybe you're offering a rate buy down. Maybe you're going to offer to cover some of the HOA fees. There are all types of ways that we can try to incent buyers to pick your home. They have a lot of choices. So we got to make sure that your home stands out from the crowd so that you're the one that gets picked when they're ready to write an offer. The key is to get ahead of the market versus chasing it down. This week alone, we have over 2,700 price reductions in our MLS. 2,700. So it is important to be ahead of that instead of chasing it down. What I mean by that is we look at the market data very, very closely and price it very aggressively versus getting in line with all of the other sellers who just keep doing price reductions. We want to be ahead of that game. And we'll look at a comparative analysis. We'll look at what's happening with similar home types to be able to dial in what is that number. So what's going to happen in 2025? Well, we really don't know yet. We're going to be keeping a really close watch. We're just coming into our high season now, which is typically where we see the most demand. We also do typically see an increase and a rise in inventory, which is happening right now. What we don't know yet is what is the pace of sales going to look like. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. We'll be giving you updates frequently on how things are changing and shifting in our marketplace here in Southwest Florida. We know for certain people still want to be in Florida. People are in town. We're seeing it. The restaurants are full. There's more cars on the road. The beaches are busy. The sunshine is out. People still want to come here. But there are things to consider. Sometimes people are, looking at the storms and what's happening. Insurance. The condo market is going through some big changes right now. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that as well and see how does that also impact our pace of sales and our overall market here in Southwest Florida. We don't yet know what's going to happen, but we're going to keep you informed as things are changing and we get through our season here, which typically runs through April timeframe. One place we are seeing some success at a pretty high level is new construction. There's a lot of reasons why. First of all, the builders have been continuing to build up their inventory over this whole time. It was also greatly squeezed during COVID, but we have come out of that. Builders are offering a lot of incentives right now, and there's a lot of opportunities for people to come in and get a good deal with new construction as well. Everybody likes a new house. A couple other bonuses to the new construction is that you're going to be built to the current code. So from an insurance perspective, it might be a little easier. You have a brand new roof. Everything is new, but new construction doesn't come without some challenges sometimes. Sometimes timing can be either sped up or slowed down. And the other big thing is the location. Most of our new construction here in Southwest Florida is a little further east of 75, which is not so bad. It's a little further away from the beach. So good or bad, if you like to be closer to the beach, then new construction might be a challenge for you. One of the positives of the location is that it is moving out of the flood zones. From a flood insurance perspective, a lot of our new construction communities are better options. But again, we would love to talk to you about if you're thinking about new construction. If you have questions, give us a call. We would love for our team to be there to help you and guide you. We have built a lot of new construction ourselves, along with helping out tons of people and being their advocate and being there by their side, helping as they go through the new construction process, which can come with some frustrations and challenges. What do you think is going to happen in our Florida market, specifically down here in Southwest Florida? I want to know. You can put it in the comments below, or you can call me and talk to me about it. I would love to have a conversation with you. You can reach me directly at 239-776-6872. Our team is here to keep you apprised of market updates, to help with strategy, to answer any questions you have about moving to or living in Southwest Florida. We want you to live joy too.